Here's a simple guided practice activity to work on spelling and to reinforce the spelling rule when you're trying to spell words with the sound ow. Those circles that you see here and here, those don't represent sounds. I explained to my students that that just represents beginning, middle, and end. So I explained that the letters OU can represent the ow sound at the beginning and at the middle, but you won't find it at the end. OW can represent the ow sound at the end, and it can also be at the beginning or middle if there's a single N or a single L right after it. Now that's a mouthful, but that's why we practice it a lot. So let's practice. First word is couch. Repeat the word couch. Couch. Now let's break it into its sound parts. K, ow, ch. 3 sounds. Where is the ow sound? It's in the middle. So now let's fill out our word. K, ow, ch. Let's check. When ow is in the middle, we're usually going to use OU. Since there's not an N or an L here, we know that's correct. Oops, sorry. K, ow, ch. Sorry, it's hard to write holding the phone. After students write this on their board, so I model it, then they write the word couch, and then I'll say, let's underline the sounds. As I say a sound, I'd like you to underline it. K. Students underline k. Ow. Ch. I'm watching them as they do this because I want to make sure that they're getting that sound symbol correspondence correctly. The next word is brown. B, ow, n. So each sound, let me put those closer together. Ow, here's my ow, and then n. So there's my ow sound. Usually, if it's in the middle, we use OU, except for what's right after the ow sound. We need to check. N. Because we have n, that's one of our letters to look out for, so we know it's going to be OW. Woo, not the best handwriting. And I do the same thing, underline the sounds as I say them. Okay, now after we've done some words, we can take a look, and we're going to go back to what we taught them. OU can usually be found at the beginning or the middle. Maybe I'll throw in an example of there we go, beginning. And I'm pointing out to them, most of them are in the middle. That's the most common. There's a couple at the beginning, but usually OU could be found in the middle. Let's check all of the letters after the ow sound. And notice how there's not a single N or L. Something to point out to students, they often think it's going to be OW because they see an N, and I remind them it has to be a single. That means just N or just L, not a letter right after it. Now let's check our OW. We know it can be found at the end. So what are some words where it's found at the end? Okay, we have cow and we have now. We know that it can also come in the beginning or middle if there's an L after it. Which words follow that rule? Owl and howl. Now, it can also be beginning or middle if there's an N after it. Which words follow that rule? Brown and town. So you're kind of putting all these things together. This ends up being kind of a long lesson, so you can break it up into more than one day if you'd like. If you want to make it more like an investigation, you can put words on sticky notes, and first you would go through and have them mixed up, and you would read them and sort them into OU and OW. And then what you could do is you could say, let's look for some patterns here. So let's take a look at OU. For the most part, where do you see OU? And the answer is in the middle. Do you see anything else? Oh, I see one in the beginning. Okay, so probably it's most likely to be in the middle. Can be at the beginning, but do you see it at the end? Nope, don't see it at the end. Do you see any patterns for a letter after OU? Nope, I don't see any patterns. All right, let's take a look at OW. Where can you find OW? Well, it looks like we can find it at the beginning, we can find it in the middle, and we can find it at the end. Okay, so this is good because we had no OU at the end. So let's go ahead and just put those together to remind us that when we hear ow at the end, we're going to use OW. So now, do we see any other patterns? Anything about, let's look at the letter after. So now we're noticing that with OW, if there's an L after or an N after. Now, of course, you're going to have to guide this. This is kind of advanced, but it's just a fun way to, I feel like students sometimes, they especially if they're kind of more advanced readers, I think they really enjoy this challenge and feeling like it's an investigation. And even if you're heavily leading that investigation. It's just kind of a fun way to teach the rule. I often like to use picture cards, and you know I love my pocket charts. So same kind of thing where I'd say the word and where's the sound. So this, they're not spelling the whole word, they're just listening for where the sound is so they can practice and try to remember the rule. So, you know, if you have cloud, where's the sound? It's gonna be in the middle. Okay, let's listen for what's after it. So it's probably gonna be OU. Bow, I hear at the end, so it's probably gonna be OW. So this is just a way to follow up, maybe on another day, just to reinforce that and to really practice.